What's up, guys? Welcome back, not to the garage today, to the laundry room. Some of you might remember a video we made a couple months ago on this guy. It was a new washing machine install. It'll be linked over here or over there if anybody wants to watch that. Today we're going to be doing a little maintenance on it. There's actually a little filter on this machine that you need to check periodically. I live with a house full of women, so there's always a lot of hair in this thing. And one main thing that thing will catch is a lot of hair. It's kind of like a strainer before it gets to the pump. Like I said, I used to service and install these machines, and that's one main lot of causes. People would burn the pumps up because they wouldn't check that little strainer. So today I'm going to show you how to check that. Let me get a few tools. You're going to need a towel and a bucket, I know, for one thing. A couple towels, maybe a mop, because you're going to lose some water. So let me get some tools and I get you guys set up where you can see a little better. Be right back. Alright, got you guys down here a little bit lower where you can kind of see everything. Had to get an extra light because our laundry room, the lighting is not the best. Got a bucket, got a towel, because you're going to lose a little bit of water. Now, a lot of washing machines won't have the little pan underneath, but it's a good idea to have that underneath there just in case it ever does leak. Because these front seals and these front loads can go out. A lot of times from sharp objects in your pocket getting caught rubbing a hole in it most of the time, I found. Little tip I used to use when I used to do it: tilt the machine back and put a piece of wood underneath it. That way you're going to lose a lot less water. Plus you can actually get to the door if it is sitting on a pan. So it's really easy to tilt it back. Even if it did have a pedestal on it, you can still do this. You just got to make sure the piece of wood is wide enough to span the whole thing. So we're going to tilt it back real quick and see if we can't get the piece of wood underneath it. I mean, it does work better with two people, but I'm here by myself, so by myself it is. Usually they're not too heavy. There we go. Now we got it propped up on our wood. She isn't going anywhere. This is the little door I'm speaking of. Now you just press on it and it comes open. Here's where you're going to need your towel. You take your towel here, just kind of put it underneath the drain, because you will lose some water. That's inevitable. And if it is up on a pedestal, you can put a bucket underneath it if you can't lean it back. And there's a hose in here. You just take the hose off, take the little cap off, and then it'll drain a lot of the water out. So we're just going to try it the other way first, so we don't have to worry about the little hose. But that option is there if you need to. So you just grab the thing there and then turn it counterclockwise just to unscrew it. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. And see, we lost no water. And there we go. And see, we got some hair on there, and actually a lot of hair, and a screw clip from my job. It was usually in my pocket, and it somehow made it through, but this stopped it. So this thing did its job. And I do have some hair on that, which we'll have to clean all that off here in a minute. And so we can reinsert it. You always want to check up in there just to make sure nothing made it through. There will be some slime in there, so it does feel pretty nasty, but it's okay. I'm gonna take a peek. So I kind of want to feel around in there. If you have a Samsung, in there and to the left, that's where the pump is actually at. So if you have anything sticking out of there, you'll want to get it out of there. So if anything did make it through this, that's where it would be. I'm kind of glad I did that now, because I mean, I doubt that would have made it through there because it's rather big. I'm kind of glad that it didn't, because it would have messed up our new washing machine. So I'm gonna go clean this off real quick, and then I'll show you how to reinstall it. Alright, now we're back. And we got it all cleaned off. All the hair is gone. And this will only go back in there one way, as there is a tab on the top it will slide into the tab in the hole. And then just tighten it down until it's snug, and it'll have a little click on there so you'll know it's all the way in. Do not over tighten that or cross thread it, because it's going to make a world of hurt for yourself. Just righty tighty again, turn it clockwise. There we go. You'll hear it click, and you're done. It's a rather simple piece of maintenance for these Samsung front loads. I think it's the only hardest part is leaning it back to put it up on the board. Like I said, if you have help, it won't be that hard. Alright, see? Now we didn't even need the towel. And we saved our washing machine from a screw clip. Towel got a little dirty with some sludge, but nothing the washing machine can't fix. So now we're going to lean it back down and put it back on its feet. It's that simple. Like I said, if you don't have a piece of wood, you can pop that open, pull the little hose off, drain it into like a bowl or a bucket, something, so you don't lose a whole lot of water. You might lose half a gallon of water on the floor, hence the towel. So, like I said, you don't have to do it this way, but it's a really quick, easy way to do it. You don't have to spill a lot of water. So, if you have hardwood floors in your laundry room, you know, some people wouldn't want to do that. So another thing I'll show you real quick. Another thing to check, I'll show you. Pretty good to check it every time. You'll open the door here and check down in here. This is where actually the water goes in from the seal, and you can see a lot of hair. Because I live with a house full of women, so I don't understand how they have hair on their head still. Alright, like I said, it's a good thing to check inside this seal for hair, clearly, and for any sharp objects. Screws, nails, you know, stuff, keys, stuff that might be in your pocket. Because they're going to get inside this seal right here, and if it sits there long enough, over time, this drum moving back and forth, it'll actually rub a hole in the seal. Now the seals are not hard to replace. It is doable, but they're kind of expensive, and it's kind of a hassle to change if you don't know what you're doing. So I've done it before, so if it ever happens, I know how to do it, but I don't like to do it. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, just good tips for mainly for these front loads is to check your pockets for stuff, even coins and stuff. Just sitting in there over time, it's going to cause you trouble. So alright guys, that's going to do it for the service on the washer. There's really nothing else to check. You can occasionally check the little, if you're on well water, you can check the little screens behind where you put the water hoses at. There's a hot and a cold. If you turn the water off, unscrew those, make sure you put a towel down first, and you can check the little screens in there. If you're on well water, those can clog up with sediment and stuff. I have seen that before, and I have seen bugs in them before. I don't know how the bugs would get in there. I imagine it has something to do with well water, but we're on city water and we have a water filter already, so that's not a problem. Yeah, that's another thing you could check. And then of course you can check the strainer like we just did. That's a good thing to check. And then inside check the strainer. Keep a good check on that every couple, I'd say about once a month maybe. Depends on how much you use it, maybe once every 2 months, something like that. And keep every time, at least just pull that seal back and check in there, make sure nothing's coins, nails, whatever. You know, I've found a whole bunch of stuff inside these things before, back when I used to work on them. So hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Sorry it was kind of short. I thought it would take me longer for sure, but it didn't. So if you guys liked this video, hit the like button for me. If you have any questions, comments down below. And if you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing for me. It helps me out. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.